July 18th, 1948. Yeah, that's a very long time. That's an extremely long time. But they got to be doing something right to still exist now. I will say thanks to everybody for like tuning in and just hanging out like this. It is very much appreciated. I didn't expect to do a second like late night stream like this, but I kind of woke up from my nap and was like, I kind of want to press more buttons in Virtua Fighter. So that was like, oh well, let me. I think I'll do that, and if I do that, then I'll just pull up a stream. Um, I really could have gone either way and just not done it, and I wouldn't have been too bothered. I'd have ended up going on another wiki walk on TV tropes, so that would have been a thing. Hmm. Button pressing bug, got you. Yeah, yeah. It hit me, and I was like, "Yep, no, hold on. I kind of want to play more Virtual Fighter." But I mean, Virtual Fighter is a fun game. I said when it came out, like, if the online checks out, which it mostly does, considering what they did with the online, like I said, if it checked out, like it would be a constant for me. I would play a lot of it, and yeah, that's been a number of recent streams. So it's just kind of like, well, here we are. Yeah. Oh yeah, I also did remember to ask Tempo about the lore that they came up. Also, I heard that heard that my roommate, yeah, my my roommates with the ad lib, and I said I remember to ask Tempo about, and he just very quickly goes, "These nuts," and I'm like, "No, not that." I'm sure. I'm positive. Are there any games in the background of the arcade that are recognizable? Uh, Not that I can see. That's a Cooksey clip if I ever heard of them. I mean, unless we want to count the crane machines there, which you know, crane machines are crane machines. They're universal, and that's an oof. Depending, especially depending on like how people, how bad or good people's luck is with crane machines, because those things are made in various ways to suck up people's quarters and tokens and yen and whatever else. That's the bait. That's the lure. Yeah. That's the bait. That's how they get you.
Like the original one, you can just ignore those Japanese ones.
Right? Yeah. Ah, thank you for the reminder now, Nikki. Yeah, no. I did get to ask Tempo about the lore. that I brought up earlier that he made. He was like, you you need lore. It's like you need lore to be complete. I got you. And the lore was like, you're the first the first senpai, like teacher from Devoid TM. like like others call themselves, senpais, or others call others senpais out of respect, and then there's the teacher, right? So apparently that's the lore. But like first from the void. So now, with that being said, how would one expand on something like that? Because I mean, I don't have cat ears, don't have dog ears, don't have a tail. My roommates say yet. Yeah, well, I don't have any of those. Yeah, I do like cats, I do like dogs, but none of that is a must for me. I feel like I kind of don't need it. That can be a rare. White Dragon says. Ah, ha, ha. Yeah, I don't have all that. you, you do have my model, and you do have the technology. the an elemental of the arcade. Instead of hanging out in like temples and stuff like that, they take up residence in the arcade. You can slap some wings on there. Yeah, wings. I don't know. I don't know if I feel wings. I'm not sure. Uh, wings? Nah, like thinking about the wings and all, I don't know. I don't think the wings are necessary. I am kind of thinking about, because I'm like, what what would I actually, you know, do that's extra in regards to that? Because I'm actually content with what I have. So it's just sort of like, what would I do and be comfortable with? I don't know. I mean, if you feel like, if you, White Dragon, you feel like you want to mess around and like throw some ideas at me and then see how I feel about them after the fact, I'm not going to stop you. You like, if that goes down, right? Don't do that. Don't give me the power. Well, I'm giving you permission. I'm giving you permission because I I'm the type where if I say I'm content with something, I won't change it for ages, right? That's how I am. And there could be a number of things that like could actually go well, or whatever, and I would never get around to trying it out or anything like that. um so hey, go ahead, throw ideas out there. Maybe the vampire killer. Nah. You make outfits for code, and she's like, "Well, this is the thing now." See, and in that regard, I would end up having to be like, "All right, here's a list of things that I like. Do whatever you feel like based on that." Yeah, see, like I would definitely, knowing that, I would definitely like just throw you a list of things that I like and be like, go nuts, right? Um, Eesh, you know, and now like my brain is actually going through a few things, right? And like I remember, I'm like I'm a gigantic Read or Die fan, right? Huge Read or Die fan girl. And like one thing I loved about the Read or Die the TV series is that all the main characters had different outfits almost every single episode. Like there's a lot of outfits for characters. Like all like so many. And you get to really see those characters express their style, right? So thinking about that, like my roommate was cool enough to get me the Udon Read or Die art book a few years back, and that thing actually has like just, well, I mean, you didn't? I'm pretty sure you would have had to. I don't think he would have just known, you know.
Like the French heads. Those looking dogo.
Well, I mean, there it is. There's the idea. So still have you to thank for that, right? But yeah, no, like there's outfits, just outfits all over the place. And I'm just kind of like, well, out of all of these, there may be ideas to be had if I were to think of anything. But in general, like I said, I would just have to throw a list at you. Just throw a list at you of things that I like and go from there. He can work with lists. Oh no, Callie is doing a read along with Ollie this week. That's not going to go well. It might. It may be fine.
It's based on what they're reading.
It is.
Like, then problem.
Mm.
Big, big bold letters. Yeah, bye. Bye. It's like rolling a teeth. We're fine.
Every everything will be okay now. Neki says, "Yeah, we'll be good. We'll be good." Oh yeah, there's going to be clips. There's going to be content. It's unavoidable. It's it's unavoidable. I'm gonna have to find like outfit stuff now from Read or Die and like throw that at White Dragon's direction. Figure some things out here and there. Now I'm actually thinking about this. What about tentacles? Lots of them. That's nah. That is Ina's thing, and I ain't trying to jump on anybody else's train. I am I'm 100% fine without any of that. We're good. No. No, no, no. We can workshop it. It's fine. Nah, nah, nah. We're good. Let's see though. What we can do. You're an Eldritch VTuber despite the completely normal look. You're a denizen of the void, TM. Let's see. uh we can do a search. Cause goodness knows there's a lot of outfit stuff from Read or Die anyway. Tentacles made out of books. Nah. Nah, we don't need that.
As long as you don't find that book.
The Necronomicon?
Because really, that book, you may want to find. But then you may get a giant robot.
Make it a giant robot? Nah, we're good. we're good.
Like, you've seen the robot before.
Yeah. She is the book. Let's see. Oh, do we have a clean image of that? Let's do this. We talking UFOs? I don't know. Are we talking UFOs, chat? Also, how's it going, Red Nova? Yeah, I'm feeling better. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. You just missed a very lengthy Virtua Fighter session. I was going through ranked and putting Eileen to work, and we bumped her all the way up from second Dan today to Hunter rank. So she put in a lot of work. Unidentified fighting objects. I actually like that. I like that. That's good. Unidentified fighting objects. I'm gonna remember that. That could actually go into the lore. That could actually go into the lore book. Let's see. White Dragon, see if you can see this. Let me know if you can see that. If not, I'll just link to the page where the image is. Okay, cool. Cool. That character is Anita King from Read or Die. And that particular outfit is something of hers that I liked a lot. I am a sucker for Chinese wear. And that definitely, caught my attention when she had that. So I was like, oh, this is cool. This is nice. It's simple, but it's a cute design, right? So buns like that are somewhat hard in Vroid, I think. Are they? I don't know. But the outfit itself is pretty doable. Yeah, I mean, the buns wouldn't be a must, right? Like the buns are a thing where it's like it's nice for sure, but not necessary to complete everything. The rest of it is like, this is this I like this design. If anything, I would probably want it to be a different color. But no, outside of just the general outfit, like I said, any other sort of weird accessories you probably want to throw out there, like if you just have ideas, go nuts. Go nuts. You have permission. Since you did try to warn me about like giving you too much power, no. I won't heed that warning. You have the right. You have the right and you have permission. See what you could work out sometime. Fair enough. There is no rush at all. I mean, you are offering as it is, so hey, I'm not going to be picky. You decided. Are there any outfits I'd want like a specific genre for a specific genre? I mean, I play a lot of Bloodstained, right? So I mean, just in general, it would be something from that. I think
That's one.
that that's money. Code's got a Miriam outfit. Yeah, you did that already, didn't you? Yeah, he uses it for Metroidvania. See, that's uh, yep, already right. So I think I would have to grab something from like Castlevania. It as much as like I do actually adore Miriam's outfit. I wouldn't want to like jump on anyone else's train, so to speak. So, Castlevania outfits to immediately come to mind.
Noah.
No, actually. Although Shinoa does have a nice outfit, and that is not one. Trying to find a specific image. It would be on the wiki. Yep. Full-size image. Said Castlevania, and all you could think of was Alucard. No. Nah, not Alucard. That would be far too much. There we go. Charlotte Allen. Yeah, she's got a very nice outfit. Let me get an image that has like the shoes as well, because those are a thing. There we go. That one would be trickier. I can imagine Castlevania outfits in general are like elaborate in their own ways, right? So I can certainly imagine that like being a bit of an issue, but not impossible. Where is the other one? Something to think on for sure. I do believe the other would be far simpler. I believe, at least. Do we have a full-size image? There we go. Does this work? The dress, yes. I imagine the floof along the shoulders might be problematic. The fur on the shoulders would be hard, but you recently learned of a way to maybe do that too. Huh? Okay. Ingenuity at work. Yeah, those would be the ideas though. You've learned new tech and have low key been wanting to try it. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Always good incorporating new tech. Yep. And by low key, I mean high key. How does White do it? It's a mystery. See, this is why right here. I thought it would be a good idea to like bring up the concept of like the lore and stuff to the chat because I'm like, all this is stuff I wouldn't even think about. I'm like, nah. Let's let chat hammer some things down since you all are here, you've been supporting and stuff. It's like, why not? Don't mind showing how to do stuff. Chat already knows you rig live 2D stuff. So when you find new tech, it's time to get incorporating. Yep, exactly. Yeah, it's the same approach anyone who plays fighting games should take. Funny enough, because that's what you do. You hit the lab, you mess with things, you let those things bleed into other things, and let those ideas flourish. And you move forward based on those ideas that you get, and then see what you can incorporate from them. Yeah, it's a process. You'd like to try live 2D, but you don't really have the time to learn it right now. Unless it's KI, then you learn really bad habits that don't work in other fighters. That I can understand that. Dragon Ball FighterZ falls into that too, in some respects. You've been watching Brian Sui's workflow, and while it is hella daunting how amazing they are, you're learning to match up a lot. Yeah. AI as you button mashing to get out of someone's combos, which apparently is not a good thing in other fighters. Nah, it's not. That can actually get you messed up. uh, KI is definitely, it's got the breaker system. So it's like, it's not so much that you're mashing, it's more that you pay attention to what your opponent does and use the proper breaker to get out of a particular situation, like a particular combo string that they're doing, right? But that being said, you are not wrong in that you don't want to go pressing buttons in the middle of combos. That is a terrible habit because people can bait you in situations like that. You're trying to learn a fighting game in particular, fighting games in general, and also guitar because you have no idea about time and how time works. That's a heavy load there. That is a heavy load. But if you're parsing your time properly, I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be all good. You're from old school KI, you button mash to get out of it. Yeah, the same thing applies. It's like you definitely, you're not wrong. That is a bad habit. It will get you absolutely blown up, especially depending on the game, where people can benefit a lot from forcing habits out of you. Fighters you grew up on were KI, Soul Calibur 2, Smash Brothers, and Bloody Roar. So like the most unconventional fighters ever, right? You didn't come up with Street Fighter or even Mortal Kombat. So yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. You can still learn like a lot of general conventions even from those games. It's just that certain aspects of those games will definitely pull you into some weird habits. Bloody Roar does let you get away with everything. Play a little MK, but you never play Street Fighter until 4. Pretty long time to wait. Well then, Sydney is now in lockdown until the 9th of July, which has you wondering about how you're going to start your new job. Oh, that could certainly complicate matters. So when someone was like, do a DP, and I'm like, is that the thing you roll your finger from down to forward? What even is a Shoto? What are you talking about? Uh, the current discourse, yet again, Shoto is the main character of any series ever. Let's see. Well, good that you could do it remotely, Hivarius. I like your funny words, Magic Man. What do you mean you can't mash out of combos? Miriam is a Shoto. Nah, nah. If you want true Shotos, play Karate Champ. Oh my goodness. That game. There was a large project to allow people to work remotely in the NSW public service as much as possible, and then COVID happened, so that project happened just in time. Ugh. Yeah, COVID is it's causing complications everywhere for so many people. It's like, you want to keep your head up and be like, we'll get through it. But I mean, people are gonna people. So we have to wait and see. All we can really do is hope for the best. Is COVID a Shoto? What is now, Nikki? Now, Nikki, why would you do this?
Fucked up.
What? It really says, is Shoto a term that is in the fighting game dictionary? Yes. Yes, it is. In the absolute simplest terms, a Shoto is your typically balanced character defined by having a move set that consists of a projectile, an anti-air like dragon punch sort of deal, and a multiple aerial kick base maneuver, something along those lines, right? Those are the typical three moves. They usually have just generally good buttons for most situations, ways to approach everything. They're pretty well balanced. Um, Ryu and Ken are the prototypical like Shotos. They're the starting point. And in the simplest terms, so many other characters like actually just followed their trend. Some intentionally, some they just kind of lined up by coincidence and then just kind of kept on going with the ball. But it's one of those things where it's been so ingrained in fighting games ever since Street Fighter like started that ball rolling with those two, and those two being the popular picks for so many years, that it's like, it's pushed itself within the genre, right? And if you're playing a fighting game and there's not a balanced out character that can be seen as such, then it's probably weird. The game itself is probably very unconventional at that point. Your favorite Shoto is Kazuya from the indie fighting game Tekken, made by the indie studio Bandai Namco. Jesus Christ. Some games some games take those characters and they push it to more than just the move set. Some of them actually do have characters that will also like outright emulate the look that Ryu and Ken have to really push it out there. Like, this is the Shoto type of character, right? This is where we're at. And other games will have a character that just looks entirely different by design, but will still fight that way, right? So it really does come down to what the game is, and dropping some cursed chats today. I am. Well, better you than me. Better you than me. Actually, cursing chat. The fact that you're doing it, you're tempting fate. That's all that is. I believe it was Naoneki that you broke last week with the SpongeBob question. That was definitely Naoneki. You sent Naoneki down a hole. It- you await the day you lose the sword. Nah, you're fine. You're all good now, Neki. You're good. White asked you and you responded instantly with SpongeBob is a funny animal show and therefore, in an official capacity, SpongeBob isn't a furry. It's like, that's a weird question to have to think about, right? Like, what? You want to talk about something that actually had the whole chat? Like, wait a minute. Let's think about this for a second. I remember very clearly, like, seeing that question and then just literally pausing where I was sitting and kind of going, huh? Because like I never thought about it as a prospect. It never once touched my mind. So I was like, oh no, hold on. Hold on. You woke up, looked at Discord, and that was the first thing you saw. The chat wanted to not believe it to be true. It never touched anyone's mind ever until someone asked on Twitter. Yeah, see? That's all it takes. If you could post the image of the neck you messed up in live 2D, you would show how messed up. Yeah. Yeah. Right. That was cool. More curse than bone-in pizza. If someone created a SpongeBob Sona, that would be a furry. That's touching on circles I don't think we want to touch on though. You're breaking down naked. Suppose there could be sponge sonas. Now Necky's getting shaken over there. No stirring necessary. Yeah, you'll be okay now, Necky. Sponge Sona just sounds way too weird. Stabs with spatula. Every time I hear the word spatula, I think of Marvel Ultimate Alliance, where Deadpool was tempting fate and trying to get Black Bolt to say the word spatula. Black Bolt, he who could level a city by whispering. Deadpool wanted him to say the word spatula. Furry to you is delineated by having a component of fandom applied to it. Western animation has a history of using anthro animals in a comedy setting, so that just falls into a large history of, quote, funny animal cartooning. When fandom gets involved, then it switches to a different lens. Yeah, I can get your meaning, but then there's the concept that for anything that exists, there is a fandom to be had. So, with the fandom inherently existing, it really comes down to where said fandom wants to take things. And yet, SpongeBob was one DA push away from having a whole bunch of Sponge Sona OCs like Sonic OCs. I can see it. DA has the terrifying power. It's a weird thing with like DeviantArt too, because it's not like, you know, there aren't some legitimately good artists just doing their thing there. There are, right? But we've also seen the dark side that comes from that. And yeah, things get out of hand there fast. Can't wait for SpongeBob Forces. Yep, so SpongeBob in a SpongeBob episode, not furries. Someone building a SpongeBob fursuit for personal use, furry. Yeah. Are you suggesting SpongeBob forces couldn't be a tempting thought to achieve? I mean, I don't know. Is Sonic Forces on PC? I don't know if that game exists on PC because if it does, people can and will mod it. You know they will. All they need is the inclination. Heck, if it's on PC, it's probably already been done. I wouldn't say you destroyed chat. I mean, if anything, you have instigated discussion, and there's nothing wrong with that. Sonic Forces is currently $15 Australian on Steam. And is indeed on PC. Yep. Okay. So, yeah, no. I'm sure it exists. At some point, Arya has to be like, yep, this is going on too long. Time to end the stream. Buy it and refund it by the time you get through the story. It'll still be a refunding guideline. Steam is here telling you that Sonic Forces is similar to the following two games you have played: Night in the Woods and Psychonauts. How? How? Oh my goodness. That is PS4 levels of recommendations. I mean, they're games. There's that. They're games. It's probably all they need. Apple Music levels of recommendations. Yeah. The PS4 store is like it's like that too. Because you've played Mortal Kombat 11, we recommend WWE 2K20. It's like, uh? It's like, oh, you enjoyed Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. We recommend Shadow of the Tomb Raider. A excuse me? Hmm? It's like PSN telling you like Call of Duty since you played Simran Kagura PHP Splash. Because you listen to this one death metal album, we recommend this pop punk album. What? Right. Yeah, it's really weird. Really, really weird. You played Bloodstained. Well, come on down. You can pick up the hit game Call of Duty Warzone. Because you can do the same thing in Warzone as you can in Bloodstained. Shoot guns. It has guns. The ones that were more insulting to you, however, was when it recommended you an album you liked based on an entirely different album you liked. That was nothing alike, because in those instances, you know exactly just how horribly wrong the recommendations got. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. I don't know. I wouldn't get insulted by it, right? Um, there's a point you hit where you just gotta kind of accept it. You go into one of the stores and it's just, you know what you're looking for. You don't have to search any recommendations because you know already it's not going to give you the proper recommendations. Just go in and do what you need to do and get out. Did you know back in the day iTunes didn't have a metal tag, so a bunch of death metal and thrash metal albums were tagged officially as pop? Woof. How long did it take people to raise us think about that? That's the question. Because that is something that is legitimately like, I could see people getting upset about that. Like, make some noise about it to get people to do something about it. And Clock is your favorite pop group. I think that lasted to like the late 2010s. Jesus. Oh my goodness. Now Necky's on this weird energy tonight. It's like, oh, I love R&B. Oh, really? What are your favorite artists? I listen to Disturbed. What? The annoying thing is all the really good Discovery things were completely gutted and replaced with whatever the heck they have going now. Yo, this new pop group came into town. Bullet for my Valentine. Ease. Okay. Okay. It's not. Alright. So, it is past 1 a.m. here. I'm going to check streams to see who's doing what. So we can throw a raid at somebody. Disturbed being a hard rock band and hard rock being built off of a rich tradition of blues influenced rock. And therefore, you could say Disturbed is a rhythm and blues band if you want to be annoyingly wrong, but right. That's a deep reach. You are Dawson right now. You are Dawson right now, and that is a hard reach. All right. Uh, but yeah, no. Like I said, it's like past 1 a.m. here, so we're going to raid my friend Rika, who's currently streaming. She is doing, I think she's doing Apex Legends. So, if y'all are about that, then, you know, that could be something to hang out and do. I, for my part, am gonna go and get food. and figure out what to do with myself for the next hour or so before I even out and get some more sleep. But yeah, no, I appreciate everybody tuning in and hanging out. 100% I appreciate it. Thank you a ton. It has been fun. White Dragon, I will get you that list. I shall get you that list and throw that in your direction. That's something I can do over the next hour. Yes, I can push that in your direction. But yeah, no. Everybody, take it easy. Have a good night. Take care of yourselves. We're gonna set up this raid for Rika. So, everybody take care. Good night.